Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. If you could find a seat, that would be greatly appreciated. Hello, everybody. We're going to get started. If you could make your way to a seat, that would be greatly appreciated. All right. Okay, please find your path to your seat. All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the New York Tech Meetup. I'm Doug Bennett, Director of New York Tech Alliance, and your host for this evening. We have a great show tonight, but before we get into the demos, I have a few items to share. Please know that we're recording tonight's event, and we'll be posting the video within a few days to the NYTA YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel and view this and past recordings by going to youtube.com NYTech Alliance. You can also check out our videos on Zeotag, which automatically indexes them so you can search and jump right to the parts you're most interested in. It also makes our content more accessible for people with hearing and or vision disabilities. To see how it works, just scan the QR code on the screen, and be sure to say hello to Jeff Paul, the founder of Zeotag. He's here tonight at the Zeotag table in the back of the room. For anyone new here, the New York Tech Alliance is a part of Civic Hall, which takes up floors 1 through 7 of this building. It's about 85,000 square feet. We connect the community across the boroughs and beyond, bringing builders, learners, sharers through meetups like these, as well as through mentorship and other networking events. The infographic on the screen shows our member diversity and the reach of our community here in New York and globally. Civic Hall is also home to education partners offering digital skills training to help people get jobs in the tech industry. And we offer memberships for both individuals and organizations. Civic Hall is providing a free trial for everyone here tonight. If you'd like to give it a try and see if this might be a good place to work, scan the QR code on the screen and submit your info. We'd love to have you here. Special thanks to the team here at Civic Hall for everything you guys do. Thanks James Dunn, Will Edwards, Chef Roy, Manny, Rhodesia, Destiny, and team. Love you guys. Thanks for everything. And thanks to our annual sponsors who help make events like this one possible. With us tonight, we've got Michael Feinberg of Aaron Fox sitting over here, Paul Ellis and Camille Gallardo of Ellis Law Group sitting in the back, and as mentioned earlier, Jeff Paul of Zeotag, also in the back of the room. I encourage you to stop by and say hello, okay? Last, we're always curious about what's on your mind. Your opinions, thoughts, recommendations, and feedback are all welcome. You can easily do so by scanning the Giotto QR code on the screen. It's super easy, there's nothing to download, and you can provide answers in video, voice, or text. This evening's demos are also listed there, where you can learn more about them and provide feedback. We also have a Giotto word cloud up on the sidewall over here. And tonight's question is, what's one word that describes the kind of world you want tech to build? Okay, so that's the question. What's one word that describes the kind of world you want tech to build? Let us know your thoughts, okay? Okay, so how many of you are attending a New York meetup for the first time? Okay, quite a few of you. Well, welcome. So for all of you joining us for the first time, our meetups are all about the tech and the market opportunities each company is addressing. It's not about the business or the revenue model. So those conversations can be had during networking time or elsewhere. So during your Q&A, please keep your questions on the tech and the problem or opportunity it's addressing. If not, you're likely to get booed, okay? Boo. Each company will have up to 4 minutes to demo and up to 4 minutes of audience Q&A, a minute or two to pose and ask offer. Given tonight's tight schedule, we have a countdown clock to help everyone stay on course. If anyone goes beyond the time limit, Don is going to take the hook and pull them off stage, right, Don? Okay, all right. With that, tonight we're especially thrilled to welcome Don Barber, tonight's partner from Columbia University School of Professional Studies in Technology Management Program. Yay, Don. And for those of you who don't know, Don is also one of the co-founders of the New York Tech Meetup, which he helped launch over 20 years ago. Can you imagine? And since then, the New York Tech Meetup has grown to a community of over 63,000 members. And we've had over 1,000 companies demo on our stage, including MongoDB, Shutterstock, Zola, Alice, Lemonade, and many more. Maybe you know a few of those. So tonight, we're excited to continue that legacy as we spotlight innovators from Columbia SPS who are developing breakthrough technologies ready to grow and scale here in New York and beyond. Don, welcome.
Thank you so much, Doug. I'll just say welcome again to you all. Thank you so much for coming. It is sort of a funny moment to think. I know there's at least one person here, Art Chang, one of our professors, who remembers the days of early New York Tech Meetup, so it's funny to be back up here on this stage. But thank you, Doug, the director of New York Tech Alliance, and therefore he runs New York Tech Meetup these days. I'm just going to also thank all of his team and the folks at Civic Hall. They're a great team. I've gotten to know them. They're all fantastic. And so I thank Civic Hall a lot. This is a great community. I tell our students, and for regular people in the real world, Civic Hall is really truly embraces the meaning of building a community, a tech community in New York. It's in a great physical space, and they do a great job of unifying our community. So I appreciate all of them. I also want to take a minute to thank some of my team at Columbia. Neil is here. I can't see over there, but yeah, there he is. So anyone who has questions after, Neil Windsor is our associate administrative director in my program at Columbia, and I thank him for being here. And then some folks who aren't here, Liz, who's our director of administration, Shariar Shagagi, who's our program director, Katja Schroeder, who's our associate program director, and Alexis Wachowski, who is our professor of professional practice. So yes, my program at Columbia University is the School of Professional Studies. So I think most people know Columbia University, but you might not know each individual school within the university. We have 19 programs, and my program is a technology management program. And so what does that mean? We prepare our graduates to lead digital transformation and align technology's role and business strategy with an ethical lens. How do we do that? With experiential learning, like tonight. So this is a very special opportunity that Doug has given us to have only our School of Professional Studies students able to demo their companies to you this evening. This is a great stage to do this, and this is an amazing opportunity for students. So, I think of this as great experiential learning. Being in the real world like this, we have other industry partnerships like with Deloitte. We have Columbia-supported research. Students gain fluency in digital platforms and emerging technology and learn design and human-centered solutions that drive innovation and sustainable impact through this type of learning. So that's what we do. I could go on. There's a lot to say about our program, but please visit our site. And in addition to that, Neil and I will be here after, and possibly our program director, Sharyar. So if you're at all interested in more in our program, please come and talk to me afterwards. Okay, so with that, I have probably said too much now, and we will get to our first demo. So our first demo is going to be by one of our students, two very capable women, one of whom is a student in our program, and the other of whom is her sister. So I'm just going to leave it to Taylor and Tyler Correa-White to demo Civvy. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tyler Correa-White, and this is my twin sister, Taylor. We're both born and raised in New York City. I started my journey at Cornell University and my professional career at BlackRock in product strategy for 3 years. I currently am head of operations at a Series A startup called Sigma 360, and my goal is to scale systems to make sure we drive impact for our users and our clients.
Hi, everyone. My name is Taylor. I am a Duke alumna. If you are a Tar Heels fan, I'm very, very sorry. I started my career at McKinsey, and shortly after I joined a nonprofit doing workforce development work in New York City. But more importantly, after my 9 to 5, during my 5 to 9, I host a series of events here in New York, getting Gen Z and millennials more involved in the political scene right in our city. And together, as you can see from the, thank you. thank you. A huge win, especially after this mayoral election. And together, my sister and I created Civvy.
So with my tech mindset and her love for policy, we created a AI civic technology platform that simplifies government laws and into simple, personalized conversation. And what better way to do that through AI? We believe that AI should be used to democratize access to information, as well as be used for the social good.
And this came up after my sister and I were reflecting on the current political climate. We were talking to some near dear friends and family and realized there was one common theme in the feedback they were giving us, which is that understanding the impact of policies for everyday people is just super difficult to follow for 3 major reasons. The first is that policies as written are super hard to understand. They're jargony, they're complex. You can go to your local .gov website and not really understand how to navigate it. Secondly, there's no accessible real-time way to get answers directly with the questions that you have. So you may be going to your favorite TikToker that is a political commentator. Maybe you have some op-eds that you like to read, but no one can really directly answer the questions about policies that impact you and how you can advocate for them. And then lastly, which is kind of like the culmination of all of those issues, when you feel like you're not reflected in those policies, you tune out. You get apathetic, you disengage. So take Anna, for example, who has a lot of salient identities, much like the ones of folks living in New York. She is Gen Z, she's a hard worker, an immigrant, a business owner herself in the fashion industry, an industry my sister and I both love. And she has a lot of questions about different local and federal policies that have just been passed that impact her. Maybe it ranges from tariffs that may impact sales for her business, or whether or not she's eligible for certain government programs programs as an immigrant struggling with the affordability crisis in New York. But our goal, as Tyler just mentioned, is to empower a lot more people just like Anna, just like you, to be able to inform themselves on how those policies impact her and what she can do to advocate for herself.
Yes, so our solution, Civvy, is what we would probably recommend Anna to use. So just like we were saying, how to use it. You would go on civvy.io and you will import important information, either your name, your phone number, where you're from, and then Civvy will send you a text message that considers itself a government translator. And from there, you're able to ask any question you have in regards to the legal or the political world, and Civvy will spew out a response that takes in that data or ingests the data in terms of your identifiers and allows you to understand what it's actually saying and what you should do next. And so our ask, we want every citizen to have Civvy. We believe that it will help citizens be able to practice their right to vote and help them feel civically engaged, as well as empower them in the voting booths or even conversations with their friends and family. So our ask is that we want to connect and reach about 50,000 users, and we want to reach major cities like Los Angeles and Chicago and so on and so forth. We also want Civvy to have multiple languages, about 5 that we're looking for.
Yeah, and then the final 2, we're also looking to partner with organizations that target key stakeholders. So students in universities, recipients of certain government programs with government partners and civic organizations so that we can better improve the user experience on Civvy. Lastly, we're also looking to integrate our work with any policy data teams to make sure that information that people are getting is accurate in real time.
So yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, now we'll have 4 minutes of Q&A. So anyone, okay, right here we have a question. Wait for the mic for just a second.
Thank you so much. Such a great pitch. My name is Layla. I'm an investor at Female Founders Fund, where we're backing female founders at the pre-Series A stages. And something that we think about a lot when it comes to more mission-driven investments is, businesses where education and awareness are a big component of what you're really, of what you need to run it successfully. So my question is, how do you think about distribution and sort of go-to-market strategy with an offering like this?
That's a great question. Layla, you said your name is? Mm-hmm. It's a great question, Layla. I think our first thought is doing it strategically through partnerships. And who better to do that with organizations that are already equipped with how to disseminate information regularly. So we'd love to partner with organizations like NYTM, we'd also love to partner with other civic orgs like the New York Job CEO Council, like City Harvest, et cetera, that already have experience talking to those same stakeholder constituents. And then lastly, working with universities. There are a lot of young folk that are looking to get more involved politically and locally, and working with them to also improve that user experience.
Thank you.
Other question? Let's go in the back there, just to give this gentleman a chance.
Yeah, hi. Okay. How much actual policy training does the AI engine actually require? I mean, do you need to sort of have a kind of a fact set about lots of different issues that you load into the analytical engine in some, I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, so regarding your question, that's exactly it. We do have a fact set that is pulling information on policies that are pertaining to New York first. We're planning on scaling it to different cities, and of course, we're going to include those policies and legal legalities there as well. But it's local, state-wise, as well as like within the U.S. But for right now, our beta testing is for New York City residents, and then we're hoping to scale and understand with the technology what types of questions our users are asking to then input different types of policies around those types of questions that our users are asking.
Hi, Tom Oser. Just wondering, you did mention you can become updated, informed, and then I think you used the phrase, and it can tell you what to do next. So it sounds like it's got a preconceived ideology, or are you creating this so that people from any bent can come in and become more informed about the issues? So I'm just wondering about the difference between advising and learning versus directing and action.
Yeah, that's a great clarifying question. The last thing we want to do is to drive people to action in a way that might be a little scary and possibly misinformed, right, with AI. So the goal of the tool is to inform, and it is a nonpartisan tool, so it would probably build a response that gives you the pros and cons, both sides of the story, if you will, for any of the policies that you're asking questions about, one. And two, we also, to mitigate the chances of it giving you misinformation, would like to give you links so that you yourself can learn more about the different policies that it's giving you a synthesis about versus like a political opinion about.
Okay.
Right.
Please, all of you, stick around, and Taylor and Tyler will be here afterwards to answer any other questions you have as well. Okay, now we're going to introduce our next demo and speaker, Takrit Mekpanwat and Emporai.
Hi, I'm Takrit, the founder of Emporai. As a business owner myself, I know the pain firsthand. So SMB owners risk resources and time before building a stores and creating a viable business models. And online vendors struggle with engagement and also physical appearance to build on trust. So the problem is driven by high upfront investment, fragmented workflow, time-consuming process, and also missed opportunity. So high upfront investment with low insight create unsustainable business models and premature launch, and also time-consuming process from ideas into sketch, and sketch into mock-up can take months or 2 years. And for fragmented workflow, if you have like people who works upfront under stores, also sales management or warehouse management, they also use different systems, so create a data silos. And for missed opportunity, when you don't visualize your data in your stores partially, you don't know how to maximize your store sales or your space. So that's why I built Emporai. Emporai is where Emporium meet AI. So Emporai is a digital twin power that merges virtual stores and also real-time data analytics. So retailers can provide, can control their stores design and also store operations. And also customer can give a seamless omni-channel shopping experience. So here's how my demo works. So you can start to create your 3D from within seconds by selecting according to your SKUs and your size, and then you can find the template that you desire and suit with your stores, and then you can rotate around and stimulate how your store works without building it in real life. And then you can use a real 3D rendering process to see how the materials that you desire or how it will look in the future, or how it already looks. And we also provide a virtual try-on with AR. So this will reduce the product return rate. And with the analytic function that offers, you can see the dashboard and the real-time sales analytics. With that in mind, you can select the shelf that you have in your stores or you want to provide. Then you can see which one is a fast-moving object, which one you should return or restocks. With that, we can use it to filter with categorizations by manufacturers, and also by product categorizations, and also the sales data, which one need to be restocks. And with bringing the digital twin into full loops, you can see the brick and mortar store analysis on the heat maps and the traffics, and also from the online website. And with the visibility functions, you can see how people perceive your stores to put the prime area shelf in with the prime target market. With that, to streamline the process, you can upload your 3D and or the existing e-commerce platform, and also or the existing BI that integrate the data inside. If you don't have like an image in your head, but you need something to generate, you can have the AI generated mood board. So you can generate right now. Matcha is really popular in New York. So you can select like how your store is gonna look, and from this 3D rendering, it can generate into 2D plan. So come on, get on board. So we're giving the seamless omnichannel for you to have VR to explore and also experience and experiment in AR. So the outcome going to be to cut like upfront payment efficiencies to maximize your sales and the customer engagement, not only for store owners, but also for retailers, and also for sales associates and online vendors. So here's my ask. I asked for a co-founder and a strategic partnership would have the same visions in mind and also specialize in 3D commerce and share my aspirations into bringing this into life. For investment, I asked for $1 million for seed funding round to bring this into the real world and expand it worldwide. So here's my contact on the right. So my name is Chakrit Mikpanuwat. I will hang around after the demo. So please feel free to talk to me or contact me or reach out to me. I promise I don't bite. Thank you.
Okay, any questions for Chakrit and Emporai AI? Any retail people, retail curious?
Hello?
Lisa. Oh, yeah.
The real-time aspect often in these sorts of store systems are the displays, IoT devices, which are expensive, and then you have to connect to the internet. Are their devices connected, or is all of the data in the background working off of the sales? And then do you API into the sales system?
We can API into the sales system, so we can integrate with like Shopify's or Shopee or Wix e-commerce platform with that. And we're gonna provide the 3D the interaction and 3D interface for you to see how they visualize into the real world. So for you that have questions about IoT, right now, like iPhone have like the LiDAR scanners. So if you don't know how to create a 3D, LiDAR is getting better and better, and you can scan within your phones and app to import the 3D assets.
And so where the product is placed on the planogram is set up by the store owner. It doesn't have to be determined by IoT, though.
Yes, it can be set up and customized on it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, hi. No, I got one here. Over here, up top.
Oh.
Yeah, so great job. Honestly, like what you're doing is remarkable, and you know, I give you all the credit in the world to stand up in front of all these people and like pour out your heart and soul. So thank you.
Thank you.
So, geofencing, are you going to utilize any of that around the store perimeter, or like, are you going to implement that at all? And then second question is, what are you going to do with the $1 million?
Okay. First question, geofencing. It would be great to help with to visualize and feed the traffic on how people will come and perceive your stores with an impression rate. That would be great to have one. The second question with budget allocation is about 1 million. So we're hiring, and then we're gonna use like 300K for budgeting for marketing, and then for develop like MVP, I'm gonna allocate 600, which leave 100 for strategic partnerships and also free trials for people to come and see the demos.
Okay, next question is over here. This woman right behind that gentleman. Didn't you have a question? Yes.
And appreciate your compliment. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi,
What is like, is there like a revenue size or like people size for the people that you're targeting for your product? And also, how much rendering, like how tech proficient do they need to be to build a digital twin?
Okay, so first questions, thank you for asking for the revenue models, which I prepared for the subscription models. So you can start on with the free trials for 1 month, and it's gonna create a customer funnels. And for $9, you can create like professional that for 39, which is the main revenue gonna come from, which is gonna be the sales associate and business owner. And then for the enterprise, which is gonna be the lease one, we're gonna create like $9.99 for the whole enterprise to run on. And the second question is about the 3D renderings. Like, I know there's a lot of cores, but right now there's 3JS, which kind of provide like all the system for it in the end. Thank you. Is that an answer to the second question?
Yeah, I guess it's just like, can a novice, like, okay, I'm gonna launch a jewelry business, right? I've been making jewelry forever. So if I was gonna use your product to boost, or manage my business, how tech savvy do I need to be with the actual building, the rendering, and all the 3D stuff? Because I know some software, but I don't know whether I'd be able to just come in and figure it out on my own.
Yeah, when I first started on it, I have like problem with like, how can I bring this into the market with like non-3D native? How can I make them like understand their space? So I'm trying to make the UI as most like friendly as possible. So for example, if you upload 3D by LiDAR for our iPhones, you don't need to know how to do like 3D coding or 3D architectures.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Takrit. And Takrit will be sticking around as well if you have more questions for him. Our next student and demoer and founder is Kamsi Aranse, and he has Kazi AI. Take it away, Kamsi.
How's everyone doing today?
All right, good, good.
How is everyone doing today?
Good.
Hi everyone, my name is Kamsi Ochukwurinze. I'm founder and CEO of Qubiee AI. I'm originally from Lagos, Nigeria, which is why I'm dressed like this. I know you had questions. And less about me, let me tell you about my friend, Sikirat. So Sikirat, she's born and raised originally from New York, very ambitious. You saw the Civvy people, they're also from New York. But the thing is, Sikirat, while she was growing up, she didn't have the guidance to, channel her ambition. So to give back to the community, what Sikirat decided to do was create a podcast. Now, this podcast is aimed at helping the younger generation understand the corporate world, especially in the media business. Now, Sikirat, she loves the kids, but to be a creator these days, it requires a lot more than just wanting to create content. You need to create a compelling hook, you need to schedule posts, you need to create clips, you need to edit. There's so much more that's not part of the creative process that you have to do. Now, Sikirat decided to try some couple tools. Didn't really work what she was looking for, still wasted time, clunky all over the place. Now we realized that this is not just for Sikirat, this is actually a problem that is faced by several creators. And from our research, we figured out that creators spend anywhere from a couple hours to a couple days editing one video. Now, what if there was a way to automate all these processes that is not part of the creative process? What if there was a way to just create some kind of one-stop shop, which is where Qubiee AI comes in. So Qubiee AI, we help creators stay creative by automating the busy work. Now, what is all this busy work that we're talking about? We're talking about clipping, we're talking about editing, we're talking about posting, scheduling, analytics, everything that is not part of the creative process. Now, enough about talking about Qubiee AI, because I could talk about Qubiee AI for days, but let me show you what Qubiee AI actually does. So our website is live right now at Qubiee.one. And as you can see right here, you can go into our dashboard. So if this was Sikirat, this is an actual podcast if you want to check it out. She would go ahead. Normally what she would do is have to edit the whole video, probably an hour-long video. But with Qubiee AI, she can just drop in the link. She can set the criteria for the clips, so set it as portrait mode. She can enable the captions. She can add whatever prompt she might want about it, and then create the clips. And in a matter of minutes, she has a complete set of clips reframed from social media. There's gonna be captions. She has this probably not very professional, but this is what will be there. And then she can post directly to social media also from here. So if she wanted to do that, that's what she could do. or if for whatever reason she was feeling spicy today, she could decide to go edit the video. Now, this would save Sekirat and other creators anywhere from 3 hours to about 5 hours per video. And then from there, they can go ahead and actually focus on the creative process. Now, regarding my ask, I have two main asks. The first one is if you're a creator or you want to collaborate on this project, you have any feedback, feel free to connect with me. I'll be at that corner there. Now, my second ask is, what should I be asking that I'm not asking right now? While you're thinking about that, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, anywhere, and then you can check out Cassie AI. Thank you.
Fabulous. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question back here. There's a lot of automation that happens with AI, but there's not always a lot of intuition. So how are you intending to push the space forward when it comes to, say, adding in the element of human nuance and feeling?
Is that Mike?
It is, yeah. We were talking earlier a lot. So.
Yeah, that sounded like Mike.
Yeah.
But so adding the element of being human, the main thing that differentiates Cassie AI from every other tool on the market right now is context and ease. And regarding context, what we mean is this is specifically for you. So adding the prompts and setting what will work for your audience or adding what type of clips work for your audience is what we're doing. So your Cassie AI is going to be different from my Cassie AI. If I create podcasts or if I create something different, it's going to be completely different. So the human touch there is making sure it's very personalized to your content and we're not just spraying and praying and hoping that something works. Does that answer your question, Mike?
It does. I think intuition will be one of the main differentiators when it comes to these AI automation products.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. We have another question for Kamsi, right here.
Oh, hi. I'm Alex. And I noticed that your platform is very similar to other two platforms that are already there, like Opus Clip and Clap App, which are already there. They are live. I pay for a subscription with them.
I think you should change your mind, but go ahead.
No, yeah, cool. But my question is this like a wrapper to something else? Because even the interface looks very similar. And also, does it work only for like long form content? Because you said you can edit and stuff, but what I saw is just taking a clip, like a longer format, and turning it into like vertical videos.
Yeah,
which
so
is quite limitative in the sense of editing.
Okay. You said Alex, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not going to try to convince you here right now, but it's very similar in terms of interface because people are already used to that. We don't want to go ahead and try to
I asked if it's a wrapper onto something, that's all.
Like a wrapper to Clap and Opus Clip?
Or something else, yeah.
No, it's not. It's trying to find what actually works for your content. So Opus Clips, Clap, we're giving them too much free advertising right now, but those people, what they do is they just create the clips. There is no context. Did you ever put what works for your content, or did you ever put what audience you use, or does it figure out if you wearing red or you looking to the left and right is better content? That is what we're going for.
So you build this from scratch, that's what I asked. Yeah.
Yes, this was built from scratch. Yeah.
Okay. Another question? You have any more questions right here? Let's wait. Let's get a mic.
I feel like with social media, a lot of small businesses struggle with finding the correct content to create, and that's gonna be for their niche or for whatever they're doing. I have a small company that's just one product is a natural detox tea that is 100% organic, and a lot of people that I attract, or that my customers, the customers that I attract are people that are natural, into natural foods and natural ingredients. Does Cassie help with that, with what content my people will, be interested in? And let's say if I'm doing a natural detox tea, let's create the content like this, and like that, so we can reach not only people that are into fitness and into healthy eating, but to everybody, to a bigger public.
Okay.
So is the question if it reaches everybody or if it reaches those specific people?
If it helps you target the correct audience, or if it tells you what to do, you know, like what you think is the best.
Does it give advice? You're saying, does it actually give you a recommendation and advice?
Yeah.
Yes, so with the clipping process, it helps find the clips that will work for your audience, not just anybody else. So people who are into like the natural remedies, those are the types of clips or the types of videos it will prioritize instead of thinking of maybe a clip that somebody who's into maybe productivity will want.
Okay. Okay, our next demoer is another one of our students at Columbia, and actually someone who runs one of our student groups, a venture entrepreneur group. Sebastian Santander has developed something called Memento. Take it away, Sebastian.
Hello. Thank you so much, Don. Hello, everybody. I want to start this by telling you a story. Story about the strongest man that I ever met, my grandpa. He taught me how to ride a bike, how to put on a tie, but mostly, he was a problem solver. He solved any issue. There was no problem big enough in the world that he could not solve. Sadly, this started to change when he got older. He started to forget names. He started to forget addresses. He started to forget his pills. And this was heartbreaking because I realized how the world changed his view on him. And I realized how he changed his view of himself. This was an incredibly painful time for us, for him, for everybody. He had dementia. And the worst thing about this is that this is not only the story of my grandpa. This could be the story of your mom. This could be the story of your dad. This could be your story. Dementia is a problem that we all gonna face, either by our loved ones or either by ourselves. So that's when the question came around. What if we can help people age in a lovely manner? What if we can help people age gracefully? What if we can improve that quality of life whenever we're getting older? This question will be asked by 100 million people that will have dementia by 2030. This question will be asked by 100 million families that will have to pay $8,000 a month to take care of their loved ones. This economy will cost $2.8 trillion. So I understand what you're gonna say, Sebastian, this is a huge problem, a lot is being done already. And yeah, a lot is being done already, but it's being done at the late stage. We are not focusing on what's happening in the early stage. Whenever the problem is happening, we are not focusing on that pain and those feelings and this harmful process that it is. And that's where we created Memento. Memento is an AI assistant embedded into smart glasses that helps people know what they're doing, where they are, when to take their pills. It gives them cues. It helps them to understand what's triggering, what's causing problems, what's causing confusion. And the best thing about this is you just put them on. You don't need to be an expert or a tech-savvy person. You just put them on and you have a great cue that will completely help you. Okay? So our opportunity. I think this incredible part of what we're doing. When my grandpa got a little bit sick, he got put into a nursing home really quick. He was well, but he got put into a nursing home. And I know that this is one of the facts that happens. When people start forgetting their memory, they get early stage hospitalization. So if we're able to delay that with Memento, and we're able to take good care of our loved ones, just by delaying it for 3 months, we'll be saving $24,000 to the families. And thanks to the Columbia connections that we have, I think we can get, I'm sure we can get a 3% market penetration, saving $1.5 billion a year. What's our ask? So first, if you are into AI, if you're into mechatronics, if you're into, if you know anybody in Meta that want to help us out, if you know anybody that works with the elderly folks, please come see me. And as of right now, we are raising $13,463 with 66 cents right now. Right now, we're crowdfunding it right at this second. And I thank every one of you that had already donated money. We're gonna launch the 16th of April, our first model. we are ready to do it. So if you want to help me build a company that will help you, your loved ones, my granddad, age gracefully, you can help us with Memento. Thank you so much.
Great job, Sebastian. Okay, do we have any questions for Sebastian about Memento in the house? Anyone have an aging person? Let's stand up to ask our questions, actually.
Thank you for your presentation, Maxim. Question, are you planning to have any preventive exercises on your platform, like ones which aim at to increase neuroplasticity of the brain?
Thank you so much. Maxim, you said, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maxim. Yeah, that's one of the key features that we're working to implement right now. We are trying to look for partnerships with experts in the brain, the Mailman School of Health at Columbia University. So yeah, that's one of our key features that we want to have. Some discrete but continuous exercises to help stop the process of dementia. Well, not stop it, but delay it. Yeah, thank you, great question.
Do we have any others? From Memento, yes, right. Let's stand up.
Outstanding. I'm going to be using this in the next couple of months.
Okay. Go.
But I only half joke. What is the mechanism? Is it providing prompting in the ear? Or does it recognize loved ones and name them? And why would this not be useful to people in the early stages, or just in everyday life? How does it differ from Google Glass and whatever the current version is?
What's your name?
Tom Oser.
Yeah, great to meet you, Tom, and hopefully you don't get to use it that soon. But yeah. Oh, perfect.
Some people don't recognize when I need it.
That's great. That's great. So it is a great question that we get, and yeah, what we want to have is embedded glasses that will give visual cues and will also give sound cues. So you'll hear the sound, you'll get a visual cue reminding you that, that's your grandson, that's your son. This is time to take your pill. And what's the good thing about the what we are developing? We're focusing on the software before we developed the hardware. So we'll be able to work with Meta glasses or with Google glasses just to give in a specific type that helps people with memory loss problems. Either dementia, which is the broad category, or Alzheimer's. And yeah, I think everybody could wear it, but we're focusing the specific practice, and we're training the model to specifically help people with early stage dementia and memory loss.
Okay, we've got one more. Let's stand up.
Hi, I'll make this quick. I also have experience with caregiving, so I think this is a great idea. My question, though, is about the data. Like, where are you getting the data that's being prompted in their ear or whatever, and how do you secure it? Because it feels like with an older person who might be compromised, it would be easy to, they're very vulnerable. So how do you protect that?
What's your name? I'm so sorry.
Elizabeth.
Great to meet you, Elizabeth. And yeah, that's one of the challenges that we understood early on. How are we going to protect the data? So first, what we want to do is with these partnerships that we're having, we wanted to label the data so the glass will understand how the mind is deteriorating and when to stop it, when to trigger it. But in regards of protection of the data, we don't want anything to slip. So we're working on a way that it will be a strong firework that protects it. But yeah, it's a challenge of its own that we are working on it right now, and I'm sure at that moment we'll have enough tools to make sure that it's safe. I don't think any artificial intelligent data is safe right now, so hopefully we can work it in a great way.
Okay. Thank you, Sebastian. Okay, and next up we have two of our students, Liting Huang and Yushan Zane with Qubiee. Let's go.
So, hi everyone, thank you all for being here today. My name is Yushan and this is Liting. We're two of the three co-founders at Qubiee, which is a personalized AI career development platform for everyone. So a big problem that we notice today is that there's a huge information asymmetry in the job market. Students and early career professionals are always told to network more or grind harder, but what actually gets people interviews and job offers are rarely transparent. And we've known people who spend months trying to prepare alone, studying the wrong things, or applying blindly to jobs that don't even align with their career goals. And while others, with better resources and networks simply know what to do. And we want to change that. We want to democratize career education and bridge the gap between academia and industry. So career development today, as we all know, is very fragmented into random PDFs, forums, YouTube videos, or outdated books. It is definitely not personalized, as when we go to the internet, it spits out the same solution or answer to everyone. It is not engaging because learning, everyone probably experienced it. It can be boring. And most importantly, it is extremely unequal depending on who you know or what you know.
And how is Qubiee incorporating AI? We leverage AI in a vertical and depth-first way. So firstly, for all the steps in our workflow, we incorporate AI from adding question to the question bank to getting market insights, industry news from the website. And more importantly, we also feed career-specific information as well as your personal performance data into large language models so that we can build a personalized AI coaching tool. And you can think of us as a next Duolingo, but in career development.
So here are some quick snippets of what our app looks like right now. So when you first enter the app, you'll be asked a series of relevant questions. For example, in what stage are your career journey? And what kind of jobs are you looking at? And after you answer these questions, you will be taken directly to our personalized and structured test bank, where you will be able to start practicing real questions right away. And while you're doing that, Qubiee actually collects your information, your data in the background, and sends it to a very personalized performance analytics page. And on this page, you will be able to access information like how many questions you practice, what's your accuracy, what are your strengths and weaknesses, what are something you should focus on next, and so on. And keep in mind, we try to make this fun. So at Qubiee, we gamify the learning process by incorporating things like progress streaks, reward mechanisms, as well as AI-powered interactive technical games. So you can see here in our community, we have a participation reward currency called the Honey Coins, where users will be able to earn Honey Coins through various different measures and spend it in our AI-powered market-making games or unlocking a certain high-quality posts in the community feed.
At Qubiee, we understand the real path to job readiness. So we incorporate this loop from learning about the industry, developing skills, practicing questions, feedback, getting iterations, connections, and eventually launching a career into our platform. So at Qubiee, we are not just telling you what to do, but we are work with you through this journey. And also a quick introduction to our team. All of us are technical founders. We are from engineering background, and also all of us have work experience and also extensive recruitment experience in quant finance and finance area. That's also how we found this idea of Qubiee, and we are now starting it from the finance industry. I'll ask first engagement, so we are very early. We just started 1.5 months ago. But hope you guys can join our community and have fun. And secondly, we are also looking for funding and also mentorship. So if you feel like you really believe in our potential for growth, just come to talk with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. Any questions for Liting and Yushan about Qubiee? I mean, come on, these days.
I think there's
job
one in the
market.
back.
Any help we can get these days, right?
Thank you both for sharing your presentation. You're my personal favorite for the night so far. I'm just curious, this seems like this is designed for college students. What about adults in transition, like people coming from the prison system, or immigrants that are settling here that don't really speak English or read English? Because you mentioned the next Duolingo. These are demographics that often struggle the most and need these kinds of resources. So I'm just curious as to how does this product develop for that? Because it seems like you're thinking about the college student transitioning, and that's fine. Just asking about these other demographics.
Yeah, good question. So we definitely are not just aiming for college students, it's for everyone who needs this. But we brought up college students and early career professionals because we are in this environment. It is real problems that we're seeing, we're experiencing, like our friends and our classmates are experiencing. But it is definitely something that we aim to push it to everyone. Like we said in our first slide, it is a platform for everyone. If you're minorities, you don't have enough network resources, you don't have access to, a certain information that, maybe people come from really wealthy families or family with really great business, you don't have those informations, you can use this app. It's not just limited to students.
Okay, good to know. We've got
Hi,
another
I'm
one.
Jackie.
Let's stand up.
Oh, sure. Hi,
Thank
I'm
you.
Jackie. It's great that you're offering in this opportunity for upskilling and ways to identify, growth that you can do in applying for roles. Are you currently devising this to target certain industries, or is there a wide breadth of opportunity that you're looking to have the information available for?
I can take this question. Yeah, thank you. We believe like personalization and customization is very important in any sort of AI application. So right now we are starting at quant finance, and maybe we will start with some adjacent industries like finance or some other like more technical areas. We want to build this up like industry by industry so that we won't get lost. Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure that we're applying AI in a vertical way that actually get into the depths. It's unlike other like chatbots that we have on the market right now. Like it's not giving you, a solution that's given to everyone or like sources that you can find just simply online. It will be customized to you. So, and definitely we're starting with quant finance and finance industry because we are in it and we wanted to make sure that we really understand what the market needs. But definitely we're thinking about exploring into other industries later on, like for example, law, medicine, and these are great things that, we're also thinking about.
Okay, one more real quick question. If we have it right back there, let's stand up, Mike, quick, and ask it quick and answer it quick.
Congratulations on working on this. I think this problem is the need of an hour. So my question is, I think the upskilling is great. I think there has been great tools from everywhere. Like you can go to Coursera, you can go to any other, and these keep coming, and these companies, those who are into the AI space, let's say Langchain, they also have their own systems of learning things. But one thing which I've been in the industry for almost more than a decade, and I've been hiring for so many years. So one of the things that what I have seen is that with this kind of platform, one aspect of it that people are learning it.
We have to get to the question sooner than
So
later.
my question is basically that are you just upskilling platform, or you also connecting the recruiters or connecting the company so that you can have reverse engineering? Okay, this is the job description and I'm training the people on this.
That is definitely a thing that we're thinking about adding into our app and our platform. But like we said, we're still very early in this stage. We wanted to make sure that we have a solid foundation, a solid structure before we started connecting with, recruiters or companies and, make more collaboration. And that's also a reason why we think community is so important, that we're trying to build a good community.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Liding and Yusheng will also be here, so if you have other questions, stick around. Okay. Second to last, we have got Lucia Maria Sanguino with AIVA. AIVA.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Lucia. I am a third-generation hotelier, and I'm here to introduce AIVA Tech to you, a hospitality management tool that aims to reimagine hospitality management from reactive operations towards a true proactive intelligence. This is how hotels work right now. They work with multiple independent systems that give you glimpses of information about your customers and hotel. These come in the forms of demographics, expenditure habits, and things like staffing issues. However, they're not connected. They don't talk to each other. And this results in managers having completely siloed and fragmented views of their hotels and the customers in it. This is the potential hotels have. By integrating these systems and getting them connected and talking to each other, managers can create a unified language and 360 view of what's happening in their hotel in real time and to whom. This is exactly what we do at AIVA, getting information to work for hotels and not the other way around. Let me walk you through our solution through a case study. Here we have Mark and Sarah. They just went to their hotel resort in the Caribbean. We have basic information of them, such as their check-in date, checkout, and the type of suite that they've booked. Based on historical data and the type of customers alike, we also know that Mark and Sarah are likely to enjoy gastronomical experiences, spa offers, quiet areas, and wine tastings. As well as this, simultaneously, at the hotel, we know it's a sunny day. The bar's at low capacity between 6 to 8. There's an overload at the buffet because it's Mexican night, and yet our Sunset restaurant is only at a 40%. Right now, these information points live in silos. AIVA's intelligence would lead to 3 outcomes. The first one is upselling. Mark receives an email, a push notification, a message, giving him a 20% discount and a customary wine at the Sunset restaurant, not only personalizing his experience with Sarah, but also relocating traffic from the restaurant to the underserved Sunset spot. As well as this, because the bar is low capacity, staff is reallocated to the buffet in order to help with the workload, and customers do not experience these pain points: upselling, resource optimization, and customer satisfaction. Let's look at what Mark Journey looks like from a hotel manager's perspective. In this dashboard, we can see, when we go to our guest space, that Mark has been in the hotel for 3 days and is set in room 307. When we go to AIVA's main dashboard, we can see that room 307 has been upsold a massage. We have different factors in our AI predictive logic that justify this, and there's a 73% match score. As well as this, we can see our amenity cases, where managers can see that there's 47 customers who are likely to complain. We see why through predictive resource allocation. We see the specifics of the possible complaints and the possible solutions that can fix this. Now, this hotel, Hotel Paradiso, and Mark might be made up, but Mark's experience is really real. AIVA tested at 3 hotel properties to see if our AI logic did what it was supposed to do, and we found that our technology did indeed work. We are a team of 2 co-founders. My co-founder Paula is our technical software engineer. We're both from the Balearic Islands in Spain, and we've grown at the core of hospitality. We've worked in property and behind the scenes, making us experts in this field, and the perfect team to bring this forward. Our ask: we validated AIVA's logic in 3 properties, and we're ready to scale. We want to build our own in-house AI system, and we really want to strengthen those integrations with hotel partners. So we've divided it into 2 main sections: the strategic connections in hospitality and AI and venture, and investors and partners to help us grow the hotel brain. Thank you so much.
Okay, questions for AIVA? Anyone interested in the hotel business? Anyone interested in, okay, right over here. Let's stand up. Let's get a mic.
Okay, hello Lucia, thank you for your presentation. My question is, how do you know the preferences of your guests? Because some might be similar to others, some might stay the first time in the hotel, and sometimes they will be recurring guests, but how do you do that when the guests are new?
That's a great question, thank you so much. So our AI brain is trained on historical data. So from historical data, not only in terms of demographics, which is what most CRMs use at the moment, we train on expenditure habits, on preferences stemming from complaints. So we can see that certain groups of people are complaining about certain trends. And all of that is mixed up to really create different profiles, right? So from those profiles, when a new guest checks into the hotel, we're able to place them, segment them, and then have a pretty accurate view of what their preferences are likely to be. Again, having that predictive element. And just adding on to that question, something that we have that really differentiates us is the hotel context. These customers don't live in isolation. The occurrences and inner workings of the hotel are really important. And if your spa is at 80% occupancy, maybe it's not as beneficial to be sending up upselling offers, but if it's at a 30%, maybe you do want to be pushing those. And that's something that we really, really leverage. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any others? Here, let's stand up.
Thank you very much. It's really a great pitch and a product. My question to you is, I'm very familiar with different sectors that have very similar solutions to what you proposed. I didn't see a benchmark of what exists. I even give you the name like Umoja, which is Swahili name, African word that says I unify all the different systems, just like you did. So did you do a benchmark and differentiate yourself why you are different from other solutions within this sector?
Yeah, so most solutions in this sector, those that do exist and are different to CRMs, do not take into account hotel context and are not in real time, right? Something that we offer is a complete journey for the guest at the hotel, whereas most solutions that do exist are either pre-check-in and sometimes add a post-check-in kind of upselling service. So the hotel context and the in real-time inner workings are something that extremely differentiates us.
Okay, one more question. Let's make it snappy. Okay.
So one quick question. Did you see an increase in sales or in the experience of the 3 hotels that you already validated?
So that's a great question. We tested the back-end logic. So we were going to trial in 2026 summer with the hotels that we have partnered, but we thought that was too late. We really wanted to get kind of our testing rolling and kind of see what was working and what was not. So what we tested was the logic behind the decision-making, and we put that in front of managers. So our next step with new partnerships would be to test it towards customers through different omni-channels.
Okay. Okay, and last but not least, we have 2 sevenths. Chen Shun will show his company 2 sevenths.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Chen Xun. I'm originally from Taiwan. So why we call 2 sevens? Because we think you only have 7 days, but you only have 2 days for weekend. So don't spend too much time. Don't waste so much money to create your itinerary. So we call 2 sevens. So we combine together with AI agent and also combine with mystery shopper. So when I work at the travel industry, I found some problem with for a business side, it's not enough for manpower. It's not enough for marketing budget. Also, they need a third party to recommend your activity. What kind of activity? Like a gym, like a nail salon, like a diving course, this kind of activity. For a customer side, they want the real reviews. They also want the hidden gem. Also, they want the easy and affordable the itinerary. So we create the first solution is we create a machine guide for the event. So we use traffic, and also we help the business side to easier to find by AI, by SEO to get the traffic. Also, we training the 600 mystery shopper to create our content, video. Also, we evaluate about 10,000 activity for a gym, for a nail salon, this kind of a service. So we also find a second problem for customer side, because normally if you want to create a 2 weeks trip, you need to spend 10 hours more. So we think about people would like to know where to go. People want to know compared to across the platform, which price is better. Also, they want to inspire by different social media. So we combine together, we use an AI planner. So let's see the demo. So you can put your flight destination, also your date. Also you can put your preference. Probably you don't want to pay, probably you want it free. And also you can generate your itinerary automatically. So after that, you can find the cheapest one flight ticket price. And also we give you 2 versions about itinerary. So you can see your map, location. Also you can find the best itinerary you can book using our AI agent. They can help you to automatically to book it and they send you to your mailbox. So how about the market size? So the market size in the 2025 only reached 0.007% about SOM. So how about our competitor? Because in the US, in the different across the world, we can find a competitor, but in Asia, we still not find this kind of service competitors. So how about our team? I have been working at the travel industry for over 10 years. So my CTO also works in the same industry. So we are 15 people in the team. So this time we asked for C round, 2 million, and also training and expanding for US, also hiring. So this is our QR code. If you want to use our service for a Thanksgiving, for a Christmas trip, let's scan it. So, have any question?
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, let's stand up and let's get a mic. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hi, I'm Alex. One more question. How much would I pay, let's say if I want to go to London, how much would I pay as a user and how many users would you need to cover, let's say an investment round that evaluates you at something? Like, how do you see profit into this?
If you are a customer, you use this service, it's for free. Because normally for a customer, we're not to pay for this one. But if you want to request more days and more days, we will charge you a little bit for a token fee. Is your first your question? How about your second question?
We'll take revenue questions offline after.
Okay.
After the presentations. Okay, do we have another non-revenue question? Okay, let's go.
It was kind of a revenue question, but I'll reframe it. Do you
allowed at
see
New York Tech Meetup.
forming a lot of partnerships with businesses within these areas that want to encourage new clients to discover their products?
We also because we have our content website, so we can get from the customer from our website. Also, we will connect with the different third party of our platform, with connect with the API. So this combine B2B and B2C both.
Okay. Any other questions for
Chen? Shape question?
Any other questions? And Chen will also be here, so you can speak to him after.
Last one.
Have in the back? No? Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, how about these Columbia founders and entrepreneurs, for all of them? So proud. I'm going to hand it back to Doug, and I just want to again thank our students and thank Civic Hall and thank Doug and New York Tech Meetup for this opportunity for these students, and thank you all for coming and listening. Thanks.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, everybody. Big round of applause for everybody. Thank you. So this is the part where we like to invite all of you, or some of you, or a few of you, up to the mic and put your own community ask offer out there. So is there anybody that, okay, we have a first taker, come on up. And anybody else, why don't you queue up on the side? Do you have an ask from the community about a project you're working on that you need help with? You're looking for a co-founder, you're looking for investment, you want to share something, and just tell us what's going on. So, come on.
Sure, thanks.
Hi, everybody. My name is Robert DiDomenico, and I'm the founder and CEO of Cargo Fish LLC, and I presented here about 13 months ago. While I still had just an unassembled bit, I demonstrated that technology live at the New York City Fleet Show, May 15th. I have videos in my pocket. We demonstrated it again on a more complex version at the Salem County Fair in beautiful Piles Grove, New Jersey. And I now have a test track in southern Salem County where we're only getting like 4,000 mile per gallon E. You know, it's an electric transportation system. So my ask is just don't keep this secret. Look up Cargo Fish and criticize it. Criticize it however you see fit. That's all I want.
Okay, do we have anybody else? Any other, come on up.
Hi. This thing. Okay. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm currently founding a startup that's pretty early stage that's trying to reduce cloud costs for enterprise companies. I think in our initial prototypes, it'd probably reduce somewhere between like 20 to 50% cloud costs, depending on how sophisticated your infra team is. If for any like companies here that have large cloud computing costs, we would love to talk to you to know like the kind of workflows that you work on or that you run, and love to work with you to have those discussions. Cool, thanks.
And come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Shay, co-founder and CTO of ProBound. We are, well, first off, show of hands for people who rely heavily on their IT teams, but they don't get to come through when your computer is stuck. Okay, looks like we have a few folks there. Yeah, so we're building AI agents that help do password reset automatically, and also help with access requests and any problems really. So for Colombia, for your IT teams, you can basically talk to our agent, and we integrate automatically to systems from Google Workspace to Microsoft 365 automatically, so the agent is able to autonomously issue requests and do that, a couple of minutes. So yeah, I traveled out from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, but I went through Pace University, and so, but I'm here. We're raising capital for really to scale our business. Right now, we're about 10 customers, and we're looking to bring that into 100 more by the end of Q1 next year. So if you'd like to learn more, or just go to our website, probound.ai. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, wow, we have a queue. All right, let's go. Come on up, guys.
Hi, this is Alam here. A funny question. Have one of you experienced that while you're working on your task and you get a ping from your boss and you say, oh, why do you need to answer that? So that's the reality of a lot of data companies which are there in the world, where the complex data systems which are there, it requires a lot of technical skills to get answers out of your disparate systems. So what we are building is a contextual AI platform which connects to your business data and gives answers in a natural language platform. It's like Siri, but for your business data. So it can connect with your e-commerce platforms, marketing platforms, finance platforms. So that's what we do. Currently, we have 3 to 4 customers, working with few enterprises as well, looking here for connecting with more people. And we are, of course, we're startups, so we're looking for funds as well. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Ducasi, and I am the founder of Mr. Detox. It's a natural detox tea that helps detox the body, and it cleanses the colon, and it helps everyone feel energized with natural remedies. And I assure that everyone will be happy with it.
Hello, everyone. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Killian. I'm the co-founder of Homey. Okay. Do I keep going? Okay. We're building an app that helps young professionals and students to find compatible roommates and also verified housing on the same platform. So yeah, we just launched our prototype. We're looking for people to test it out. If you're interested or you're subletting, looking for a roommate, maybe renting out your apartment, feel free to check out homeyapp.ai. Yeah, we're happy to have feedback, and thank you.
So hi, I'm Alex, and I built an app that helps you replace your scrolling addiction with getting smarter. So you learn key ideas from books and stuff. But my question to you is, I'm not living in the US, so I'm just traveling here, like I'm going to San Francisco next. And my question to you is it worth it to live here compared to the West Side? Okay, that's that's all I.
Thanks, everyone. All right, that's it. Our next meetup is going to be, well, this is the final one of this year. And we're going to take a little break for the holidays and catch our breath and enjoy them. Our next meetup is going to be February 9, Monday, February 9, when we'll be featuring a gaming-themed meetup. So until then, go forth. The bar and the food are back open. Eat, drink, enjoy, and connect, okay? We'll see you next time.
Students, demoers, please come up to the stage. Doug wants a photo. Demoers. And where's CompC? CompC? Oh, sure.